Hello, everyone. It's Pastor Derek and Julia from the Marriage School coming your way once again this week. And I want to believe that you have had a very fruitful week. Pastor Derek, you're welcome. It's always good to see you. I hope you've also had a very good week.
Yes, by the grace of God.
Thank
God. You for having me on your show.
You are always welcome. So just a quick recap. So last week we looked at some of the things to look out for in a prospective partner. And we mentioned that you need to look out for their vindictiveness, their spending habits, their mannerisms, and also their association. Because we said that these things will have a lasting impact on your spouse to be and on the relationship as a whole. So Pastor Derek, we want to continue with part 3 today. Are there any more things we need to look out for in a spouse, please?
Many more. And once again, we welcome you all to the show and or to the discussion. And I want you to understand that we don't bring these things out with the aim to judging anybody. We are not here to judge people. We are not here to put people down. But there's a saying that heaven has walls, but hell has no borders. Heaven has walls, heaven has gates, and heaven has standards. You have to meet those standards before you can enter heaven. If you want to go to hell, you don't need to do anything. Just be and you will go there. In the same way, if you want a heavenly marriage, there are standards. You don't just pick anything and bring into it and expect that the marriage will be blissful and heavenly. But if you want a hellish marriage, then anything you meet, anybody you meet, you can just bring on as a husband, bring on as a wife. And then your marriage is going to be a hell. That's all we are trying to help you avoid. So we are not here to judge people or to put people down, but we want you to look out for these things. If you find out and you still like it, by all means, go ahead and marry the person and then deal with the consequences. Yeah, but we're just trying to draw your attention to these things, not necessarily to put people down. So understand that for us. Another thing, if you want to marry somebody, you want to find a good person to decide whether this is the right person for me to marry or not, is to check whether they have a traceable background. A traceable background. Because there are some people who, because of their dubious character, they hide their background.
They cannot be traced.
Yeah, they cannot be traced.
They have no beginning or
end. They've committed all sorts of things in different places. And so when they meet you, they want to present a new front. You know, in England, for example, there are certain criminals, when they've gone to prison and they come back, they give them a new identity, a new name, new everything. They relocate them to a new place completely, so that they start life afresh. Those people, when you do credit check, nothing comes up behind them. There's nothing. And this is how some people behave. They've committed all sorts of things in different places. So they don't want you to know anything about their background, just in case you go and ask. And you find out, hey, that guy, he raped somebody. Oh, he impregnated somebody and ran away. He stole money from here. So they don't want you to know. So these people, when they come close to you, they'll just be friends with you. They don't want you to know where they come from. They don't want you to know their former school. They don't want to, you don't know any of their schoolmates. You don't know anything about their past. You can't know in the church they attended before they came here. You don't know anything about where they are coming from, because they don't want you to refer. They don't want you to go back and find out about anything they might have done. Beware of such people. The person you want to marry should be somebody that you should be able to follow to their house. You should be able to know who their father is, know who their mother is. You should be able to know who their friends are. You should be able to know friends they have had and people they have known for years. You should be able to trace their background. If they are in a church where they haven't been in a very long time, you should be able to have information about their former church and their former pastor. And it's not like you want to investigate, but it gives some assurance that this person that you want to marry, they don't have any hidden past. Okay, even if you want a normal job, they do a background check to make sure, to make sure that they are selecting a job that even if they keep you forever, by retirement time you will go. But marriage, they say till death do us part. So if your job wants to do background check, then the person you want to marry, you should even do more background check. So the people who try to hide their background, people who don't want you to know their home, they don't want you to know where they live, they don't want to know who their father, they don't want to know who their mother is, they don't want to know anything about their background. Beware of such people and avoid them, because most of the time it's because they have something to hide. That's why they don't want you to know their background.
I was going to add this to what you just said, that it means that there's something suspicious about them. Definitely they are hiding something, because otherwise why would you keep all those information from somebody you are going to get married to, somebody you are going to spend the rest of your life with? So we need to check that. If you cannot trace their background, you don't know
it's called the Methuselah syndrome.
The Bible says syndrome.
The Bible says that Methuselah, he has no beginning or no end. He just don't know. He just appeared. Don't marry somebody who has just appeared. Don't marry somebody who has just appeared. Marry people who have a traceable
background. Okay. Any other, please?
Right. Integrity.
Sorry, before we go to that, usually this traceable background goes on the side of the men. Usually.
Both sides.
So, I was going to ask you, are there women who also come and they don't want you to know anything about them?
Oh, yes.
When you find a lady you want to get married, she doesn't want you to know anything about.
She's done things in places and she doesn't want anybody to know. So she just tell you she comes from here. Where? Here. Where do you live? Oh, don't worry. I'll take you home. I live around. They do everything. I'll always come to your house. You don't need to come to my house. Kind of. No. Friendship goes both ways. You should know my background. I should know your background. I should know where you live. You should know where I live. I should know your family. You should know my family before we marry. Don't just meet somebody by the roadside. You don't know their background and say you want. People have done that and married ghosts.
Yes. We have been stories like that.
Later they go and check it. Oh, that person he died 10 years ago. And he's your husband. Take him. so be careful. Check people's background and know the person hasn't died years ago before you marry them. Yeah, it's important.
Okay. When we were going out, that's one thing that actually came up that probably I never mentioned to you, because we were not living together. We were not living in the same vicinity. You lived in a different part of the country, and I also lived in a different part. And I didn't know anything. The only person I knew about you was you. I didn't know your mother or father. And then I think somebody asked me that question: do you even know this guy you want to date, or you want to get into a relationship with? You don't know anybody about him. You don't know anything. Apart from the fact that you meet him in school, you don't even know his house. And I thought of it for a few times, but then I realized, okay, let's observe and see if we could find. And then your sister came, and then your mother came, and then your father came, then the rest of your family, and I met, and okay, I'm getting married to a proper human being and not a ghost who just appeared somewhere. Is there any other thing we need to look out for?
Integrity. When the person is your friend, whilst you are on the friendship stage, look at the integrity of the person. When the person tells you, I will come and visit at this time, on this day, do they keep their word? Or if they miss it, are they able to understand that they've missed it and apologize properly? Integrity, right? When you are with them, do you hear them lying to other people on the phone? That somebody calls them, where are you? And they tell them that they are in Manchester when they are standing with you in London. Integrity. Integrity. Look out for it, because they will do it to you after they've married you.
Definitely.
Look if they are lying to people. Look if they stick to their word. If they say, this is what I want to do they actually do it?
Follow it.
Yeah. Do they present a different face? I know people who, they talk like I am talking, and then when a call is coming, they pick up, hello, because they want to present themselves as being some very big important person or all that. So look, that's all. It's not integrity. People who will be there, and then a call comes and say, oh, tell him I'm not there.
Yeah.
Tell them I'm not around. And they are standing right there. This person doesn't have integrity. Okay, so you have to be careful about such things. Be careful about such people, because you will be next after you've married that person. They are bringing all this baggage into the marriage, into your life. She will be lying with another woman, or he will be lying with another woman somewhere, and then you will ring, and then they'll pass the phone to somebody and say, oh, you are not there, or they will not even pick the phone at all. Or they will be lying. He'll come home and lie. Oh, he was caught in traffic, or he was working throughout the night, but he wasn't working, he was with another woman. So check their integrity. Do they speak the truth? Are they honest? Are they faithful? in the places where they work, in the place where they go to church? Are they faithful? Are they smiling with their pastors while coming back to tell you something bad about them? Such a person doesn't have integrity. Are they going to work pretending they are working and stealing things from work and bringing it around, and you see that person doesn't have integrity?
Or clocking the wrong time.
Clocking the wrong time. Are they giving you dodgy advice? Oh, do it this way. Giving you tricky advice. If you just add 10, it will be fine. Are they giving such a person doesn't have integrity? You are just about to marry a swindler. You are just about to marry a 419, a Yahoo boy. So be very careful. Check the integrity of the person you want to marry before you decide to commit to them.
I mean, yes, thank you, Pastor Derek. Also, talking about integrity, there are days that you may miss it. For instance, if you tell the person you're going to get married, I'll be here at 4 o'clock, you may miss it. You may not be there at 4 o'clock. But one thing that you mentioned, which is so important, is that you apologize for that.
You acknowledge
that, okay, I said I'll be here at this time. I didn't make it. I'm sorry for that. Probably it was because of this or that reason. And you have to acknowledge it when you go wrong. Admit that I didn't do the right thing. And it's all part of integrity, isn't it? Otherwise, you'll just be seen as a person who has no integrity at all. So is there any other thing we need to look out for?
Holiness.
Ta-da!
When you are at a friendship level, it's not a time for sex.
How about kissing?
It's not a time for kissing at friendship level.
How about hugging?
It's not a time for even like platonic hug as friends. It may happen when you meet people. As a pastor, I hug people in church all the time, nothing in mind. Okay, sometimes the person you're even hugging, you don't like them, but you have to hug them for okay. But we do these things. So at a platonic level, there's nothing wrong. But when at this friendship level, sex begins to feature so strongly in their conversation. When they meet you, hey, you are looking sexy. You are just a friend. You're not supposed to tell a friend they are looking sexy. Sex should not come into friends conversation.
Yeah.
But then some people even take it further. In their friendship level, they want to kiss you. They want to hold your breast. They want to touch your bottoms and things like that. And some even take it further. Once they are friends with you, they are looking for an opportunity to sleep with you. There are people who say that you have to test the product to make sure that it works before you buy it. A human being is made in God's image. A human being is not made in a factory. Human beings don't need testing, and we are not for sale. Marriage is a covenant. You are not buying. So it's not like you try. God himself has said, if you try it, a curse will come upon you because you have sinned. Okay? So people who just, even at the friendship level, they want to sleep with you before they know whether they will propose to you or not, whether they should marry. Throw such a person out because they don't have self-control. They don't have holiness. They don't fear God. They don't fear God. And such a person, after you've married them, if they find themselves with any other person anywhere, they will still have sex with them. Because marriage does not cure lust.
Yeah.
Marriage does not cure lack of self-control. If you don't have self-control, if you don't have holiness in your life, marriage will not cure it. You will be married and you'll still be doing it around. So a person who doesn't have that kind of self-control, and at the friendship level, they want to hold you, they want to touch you, they want to have sex with you, they don't have holiness. They don't have holiness. So you cut such people out. Cut them out, because they are likely to bring you problems inside the marriage. They will not have that stability. You need a person who is holy, a person who pursues the holiness of God, who likes to be holy. Okay, so yeah.
Yeah, it's so true. And sometimes some of the young people who find themselves in these things are threatened. They'll tell you, if you really, really love me, then let me do it. If otherwise, it shows that you don't love me. But we need to let them understand that sex doesn't show that the person loves you.
No, sex doesn't show love.
Sex is not... It's not used to show whether somebody loves you or not. Otherwise, a prostitute will be in love with everybody they sleep around with. So the fact that somebody wants to have sex with you does not mean that they actually love you.
No.
In fact, it should be the other way around.
Yeah. If you rather love a person, they said, I'll allow you to keep yourself.
Exactly. Till the right time. It also shows that the person respects you.
Yeah.
The person respects you. Otherwise, they can just take you for granted at any time. Yeah.
So yeah, it's important that you focus on holiness. Focus seriously on holiness. Focus on righteousness. It is important. Don't allow anybody to to stain your garment
Yeah.
just because they want to marry you. Because in the process of doing that, Jesus may come and you will have regrets. Even if Jesus doesn't come, it will stay on your conscience for life. It will rob you of certain blessings, to rob you of certain peace and certain power. So don't allow anybody to want to sleep with you just because they want to marry. Cut those people off. They don't have holiness in their mind.
And when that happens in the relationship as well, it also makes it very difficult for you to trust each other. Because you know that, okay, we did it before we got married. What is the guarantee that he or she is not going to do it with somebody else as well?
Yeah.
So it breaks some kind of trust in the relationship, and you tend to be suspicious of each other every now and then. So we've looked at having a traceable background. We've looked at integrity. We've also looked at holiness, which is so important. Is there any other thing you want
Their
us to...
ability to obey simple rules. What's the level of rebellion in their heart? Do they understand that rules are made for a reason, and that rules help to make systems work?
Yeah.
Okay. And do they accept to obey and to follow rules? Do they follow rules? You have somebody who, let's say, your friends in school, in university, they say that lecture time is at this time. They'll never get there on time. They'll never do it. When they say that, okay, we are writing exams, nobody should have extra materials. This person will come with a piece of paper. He has already written his answers on things that he's bringing in. He doesn't understand that
It's a simple
it's a simple rule. Don't do it. Okay, don't break it. Rules, and some people even tell you that rules are made to be broken.
Yeah, I've heard that
so if
times.
a person has that principle, in marriage, we have a rule that we have only exclusive sex. Sex is just between me and you as a married couple.
It will be broken.
But if rules are meant to be broken, then I can just go and do it anywhere else.
Yeah.
Okay. So you see, everything they are doing, they are bringing that thing into their marriage. So people who just cannot obey rules, people who can't obey simple rules, they can't obey traffic rules. They say this is a speed limit. They go way over and they don't care. Now, you marry such a person and he goes to kill himself, it's your problem.
Yeah.
They go to kill somebody, he becomes a problem. If they can't obey simple rules, then they could even lose their job.
Yeah.
Because in the workplace, there are rules.
Yeah.
In society, there are rules. Everywhere you go, there are rules. So a person who has a rebellious heart, somebody who struggles to obey simple rules, will give you problems in the marriage. But it's your choice. If you want such a person, you can go ahead. But if you can't handle that, then you let them pass.
But why should you want somebody who cannot? Why should you want somebody who cannot obey simple rules? It means that every rule set within your home will be broken.
Yeah.
That will not work at all.
They're above the law.
Yeah.
They go out when they want.
They are
They come in when larger than life. They go out when they want, come in when they want.
And you can't tell them anything.
No, in our marriage, I'm a man, but we have rules, and I follow those rules.
Yeah.
I can't just walk out without anybody knowing where I'm going. I can't stay out beyond a certain time just because I'm a man. No, there are rules.
Yeah.
You see, and we all have to abide by the rules.
Yeah.
So a person who is lawless, even the Bible says don't have things to do with fellow Christians who are lawless.
Yeah.
How much more marrying the person? The Bible says don't be unequally yoked with people who don't believe in some of these things. If they don't believe in God, they don't believe in principles. God has laws.
Because
God has
is
rules.
a God of principles.
God is a God of principles.
Yeah.
So don't marry a lawless person.
For your own sake.
For your own good.
Pastor Derek,
for your own good,
please give us one more.
One
more thing we need to look out for.
Their temper. Their temper.
Hot-tempered.
Yeah. Are they hot-tempered or are they cannot be controlled? During friendship, watch. Somebody has offended him. All of a sudden, he removes his shirt.
Ready to fight.
Yeah. Removes his shirt, removes his shoes in town. That's it. Just by when you see them do that, immediately you have cancelled them in your head. They are no longer part of the list. Somebody who is willing to fight somebody in public, on a bus, on a plane, shout, scream, insulting people, trading insults because he's angry. Who tap tables and tap doors, bam bam, slam and doors, break things because they are angry.
Hit things.
No, you are friends. They are in school. The lecturer says something. They are angry. They push everything in the desk off in front of them. Walk out. That's it. Don't marry somebody who cannot control their temper, because in marriage, Oh, your temper will be tested. Your temper will be tried. If you're not a temperate person, you will commit murder. You commit murder. You kill your wife before you know. You kill your husband before you know. So please, if the person has uncontrollable temper, when they get angry, we have to call people to come and beg him. And people must arrest him and hold him because his anger has come. No, that is a demoniac. You know, that bad man of Gadara, that is the kind of person you are going to marry. You will be in trouble. You will be... You'll be in big trouble. So please don't marry the madman of Gadara. Don't marry a person who himself that me. Everybody knows my temper is not good. Everybody knows when I get angry. It's very bad. And you are going to marry such a person. Where's your sense? Don't marry a madman of Gadara. Marry somebody who has patience. Somebody who can forgive. Somebody who can keep things. Even though they are tested under control, they are angry, but
even
they are calm.
Angry,
they will tell you they are angry, but they still can keep themselves. Don't marry somebody who loses it when they get angry.
God you know the Bible talks about not befriending people who are
the Bible says
angered.
Don't make friends with people who get angry.
It's so important, Pastor Derek. So we just want to say thank you so much for another beautiful time with you. So 5 things we have learned today. Check holiness. Check somebody whose temper cannot be controlled. Be very careful of such people. Also, look out for integrity. Find out if they can obey very simple rules. And also, do not marry a Methuselah. I hope you have learned something this week. God bless you. Until we come your way once again, it's Pastors Derek and Selgilia from the Marriage School. God bless you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.